God says, this person spent their entire yesterday thinking about you. Listen to this carefully. Yesterday did not pass for them the way it usually does. While everything around them continued as normal, their mind kept returning to you in a way they could not control. It was not a brief thought or passing memory. It was consistent, repeating, and difficult for them to ignore no matter what they tried to focus on. They found themselves going back to moments they once overlooked, conversations that seemed ordinary at conversations that seemed ordinary at that time now feel more meaningful. The way you spoke, the way you responded, and even the small details about you have stayed with them longer than they expected. It is as if something has been drawing their attention back to you again and again. There is a reason this is happening now, and there is a reason why this is happening now and not earlier. Something has shifted within them, allowing them to see things from a different perspective. What they once dismissed or took lightly is now being considered with more depth. That change in awareness has made your presence stand out in a way it did not before. Throughout the day, they tried to distract themselves work with other things, work, conversations, and responsibilities were all there, but none of it held their focus for long. Your image kept returning, interrupting their thoughts and bringing them back same to the same place they had been trying to move away from. At, at some point, it stopped feeling like something they could control. Instead, it began to feel like something they had to sit with. The more they resisted it, the stronger it became. That is when they started to realize that this was not just random thinking. It was something deeper than they had not fully acknowledged before. This is also an emotional layer. There is also an emotional layer to this than they are still trying. There is also an emotional layer to this that they are still trying to understand. It is not only about remembering you, it is about recognizing that your presence meant, and it's also about recognizing what your presence meant and how it affected them in ways they did not fully express at that time. That realization has brought a level of reflection they were not expecting. You may not uh, you uh, you you may not be aware of any of this because it is happening internally for them. Outwardly, the outwardly they may still appear the same, but their thoughts have been shifting in a way that is gradually changing how they view you and the connection you share. That this moment it's not just about them thinking of you. It is about it is about what those thoughts are leading them to understand. Something is becoming clearer for them. and that clarity is not something they can easily set aside once it is fully formed. Thank you for watching up to this end. This is Prophetic Diary with Alice. Stay tuned for more.